Hi, do you want to sound better in English? Do you want to sound more American? Have you been practicing to get that accent that you really want? Watch this video until the end and learn the secrets to sound more like an American. My name is Anne and this is Just Random English. I upload here English lessons on grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. Before I start discussing the secrets to sound like an American, just like what I always tell you, it's okay to aim that accent or sounding like an American or a native English speaker. There's nothing wrong with that, or if you know someone who is practicing to sound more like that, don't embarrass them, please. We have reasons. People have reasons for them to aim sounding like a native speaker in English. Most of the time, it's because of their work. Well, we all know that the PPO industry in the Philippines is really big, and a lot of people, especially this pandemic, are working there or want to work there. Some companies really do require their employees to sound like a native speaker. ESL industry in the country is also very big. Actually, I have a couple of students who are in college but are already working as English teachers online. Today, I'm gonna give you 5 secrets. Actually, I'm gonna add 1, so that would be at a total of 6 secrets or tips to sound better in English. First is you have to pay attention to silent letters in English. Now, by saying silent letters, I'm not just talking about common, silent letters that you probably know already, just like the letter H in the word honest. It's not honest, it's honest. What I'm talking about here are letters which non-native speakers commonly sound, but they should not. First letter on the list is the letter T. Now, for some instances, sounding this letter T isn't technically incorrect. I mean, it's fine, and you might also hear some native speakers producing the sound of this letter T in these words. But if you want to sound better, or actually if you want to speak faster, then have this silent T in words, just like in the word certain. Well, you can both say certain or certain, but it's faster if you say certain, and you do sound better. That goes the same with the word mountain, mountain. International, international. For the last one, this is applicable for regular verbs. Schools taught us that for regular verbs which end with sh sound and s for regular verbs ending in ch sound, once we add the E and D after them, making them in past tense form, we have to produce the t sound, right? Just like this word, it's finished, but once it's in past tense, we have to say finished. That's why they say that there's a difference. But I've received this question from one of my students 2 or 3 years ago. He asked, teacher, why don't I hear native speakers producing the letter T sound at the end of these regular verbs? And I realized, oh yeah, they don't. That's just the reality of it. That's also the same for some words. For example, can and can't. Probably the letter T is just very faint, so you don't hear that much t at the end. You might just hear can't, can't. The next letter is the letter G, and this happens when this letter G is attached with the letter N. You know the NG sound in English, the sound. For example, in verbs ending in ing, instead of saying singing, you might just hear them saying singin', singin'. Sometimes you'll just hear learnin', and it's actually easier to say singin', learnin'. In Friends, there's this character who I really like. It's Joey, and his most famous line is, "Hey, how you doing?" He's saying how you doing and not how you doing. Next letter is the letter D. Just like the letter D in the word sandwich, sandwich. Listen closely, I didn't say sandwich. Oh, that guy is so handsome. Handsome and not handsome. Handkerchief, handkerchief. and not handkerchief. The last letter on my list is the letter B. You know, I don't like that thumbnail. I probably won't click on that video. So it's thumbnail and not thumbnail. Okay? Climb and not climb. Can you climb that tree? Because I can't. That means it's mountain climbing and not mountain climbing. Okay? It's not climbing. Debt and not debt. Last word, it's tomb and not tomb. Alright, that's just a short list of silent letters in some words. People don't normally take these seriously. They don't pay that much attention. But once you pay closely to how native speakers pronounce some words in English, you'll notice that there's a lot of silent letters in English, and we often commit mistakes in pronouncing those words. So from now on, I want you to pay close attention to native speakers when they are pronouncing specific words. Secret number 2, you have to, well, this is a problem for Filipinos and Spanish speakers, I think. You have to get rid of that rolled R. What is rolled R? Rolled R is this R. In Filipino, we have this rolled R as well. So we say renta, just like that, or rent in English. People commonly apply this or use this sound when they are speaking English. What's bothering here is that Filipinos normally know the difference, and they know how to produce the sound of the letter R in both Filipino and in English. They know the difference between R and It's just that they don't apply the correct one or the correct sound of R in English, because in the Philippines, people normally tease people who produce the correct sound of the letter R, calling them maarte when they are speaking in English. Or when they are speaking Filipino, well, that's understandable because you have to say renta and not renta when you are speaking in Filipino, right? But it's okay to say or produce the correct sound of R when you are speaking English. Let's take this word for example. So it's room and not room, okay? This word is 3 and not 3. This word is refrigerator and not refrigerator. The last word is radio and not radio, okay? Secret number 3, don't put too much stress or too much emphasis on the sound of the letter I. Since in Filipino, now I'm very sorry for some foreigners, but I'm taking these as examples since I am a Filipina. In the Philippines, we have this very strong letter I sound, the E. Notice that once you produce that sound, your mouth is more tense. Whereas when you just say your mouth is more relaxed. There's a difference when you say and il sounds more like the fish, okay? Instead of saying ink, say ink. Say idiom, and not idiom. Secret number 4, you have to focus on schwa. Schwa is the most tricky sound in American English. It's not an exact sound of letter O, not exact sound of I, E, A, but all these vowels, the letters A, E, I, O, and U, might have a schwa sound in some words. For example, in the word, this one, you don't say circle, producing the letter I sound between C and R. So instead of saying circle, you have to say sir. So you would hear that sound. That's the schwa. In this word, you don't say actor. It's not actor, it's actor. In the word you, well, you can either say you or y. Once you say y, that means you're producing the schwa sound after the letter Y. Another word of which you should not produce the letter O sound is this one. You don't say bottom, okay? It's not bottom, it's bottom. Schwa is also common for words ending in tion and sion. So it's vision and not vision. Okay, say this word with me. It's pronunciation, pronunciation, and not pronunciation. Mission, mission, and not mission. Secret number 5 is to put the stress on the correct syllable. Now, I'm talking about word stress here. A lot of people do not give that much, importance to word stress, but word stress really does make changes in your speech. Okay, it's just like in Filipino. Isn't it that there's a difference when we say baga and baga? Stress on a word is really important, okay? Do not just ignore it, because you're probably saying another word just because you are putting this stress on a different syllable, just like these Filipino words. In English, we'll have that later as examples, but for now, let's focus on these words. It's not ceremony, it's ceremony. Ceremony. The stress is on the third syllable. For words which are monosyllabic, that means they only have one syllable. We don't have a problem with that because there's just one syllable. But for words having 2 or more syllables, confusion arises. Actually, it depends on the part of speech. Let's take words containing 2 syllables as examples. If a word is a noun or an adjective, we normally place the word stress or the emphasis on the first syllable. Just like clever, clever. Notice that it starts there, clever, and it goes down on the second syllable. Happy, happy. Now let's use this word as an example to show you the difference or the contrast between putting the stress on the first syllable and putting the stress on the second syllable. There's a difference when you say present, which could be a noun or an adjective. It could be a noun as in the gift, present, or an adjective as in she's present in the party. The stress is on the first syllable. And once this word is used as a verb in a sentence, we put the stress on the second syllable. Now you have to say this word as present. I want you to present this in the meeting. Let's have another example for that. How will you say this word if this is a noun? If you've said project, then you're correct. How about if this is a verb? It's project, project. Again, you put the stress on the first syllable if that is a noun, project, and you put the stress on the second syllable if that is a verb, project, project. If a word is an adjective or a noun and it has 4 syllables, we normally put the stress on the third syllable. Television, television. International, international. Now let's have the final secret. This is not always applicable, okay? You might just use this when you're talking with your friends or people who you're close with, or in situations or settings which are not really that formal. Instead of saying going to, you might just say gonna. And I'm talking about informal contractions. That's why I've said earlier that you should not use this in formal situations. Instead of saying want to, like I want to buy chocolates, you can just say I want to buy you chocolates. It's I don't want to go to work. I don't wanna. Notice that I didn't pronounce the letter T at the end of don't. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said that you have to drop the letter T sometimes. And instead of saying want to, I've just said wanna. I don't wanna go to work. I don't want to go to work. And that's the end of our lesson for today. Which of these sounds you have difficulty with, or which of these is new information for you? If you have topic suggestions, write them in the comments as well. If you found this video helpful, informative, please give me a thumbs up so the algorithm of YouTube knows that this is actually helping viewers like you. Please click that subscribe button so you'll get notified next time that I'll post a new video. Stay safe, stay healthy. I wish you all happiness and peace of mind. I am hoping that you are continuously working on your dreams. Dream and make your dream happen. I'll see you next time. Bye!